1. Hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco and Binks are here, and we are continuing Steins Gate. Where our last episode, we had quite the revelation about how Okabe has pretty much a Sophie's choice.
Yep. And I'm probably going to be crying about this on Twitter again. I'm sure it'll be something along the lines of Steins Gate did it again. They broke me. They broke me.
You're just, you know what's funny? Also, every time I start up the game, I'm reminded that like one of the I guess producers or companies has Binks in the title.
Oh, yeah.
You did this to yourself, Binks.
No. Oh, typical.
There's no way. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I should care. Suzuha entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose which to save.
I can't wait until I can get you into watching Kuroko's basketball with me, because there's this character in it that he's really full of himself, and I love him. He's trash. And he's famous for saying the only one who can beat me is me. So it became like this huge meme where everybody would always say, the only one who can do this to me is me. Like the only one who can kill me is me. The only one who can make me fail is me. Like, so that's what just popped in my head when you said the whole Binks thing.
Oh, you know what? Well, what also works? Uh, trust no one, not even yourself.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much.
If I had been given this choice back on July 28th, before this all started, I probably would not have hesitated to abandon Kurisu and save Mayuri. But it's not July 28th. It's August 15th. I've spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, an integral part of the lab. And as I leapt through time again and again, she was the person I relied on the most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed it most. I wouldn't even have the time leap machine if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her that I made it this far. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her. I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. More than anything, I want her to live. No matter what, I won't let her die. I can't choose. I can't. Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to. Is this how it ends? I drive my fist into the wire fence. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku, Moeka, is this what I sacrificed your memories for? Is there no other option? No way to save them both? What if I use Suzuha's time machine? I could return to the Beta World Line, then use her time machine to travel to July 28th. No, that won't work. The reason Suzuha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia. That only occurs on this world line. On the Beta World Line, she'll have no reason to leap to 2010. Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. 'Cause 'Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. 'Cause 'Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. 'Cause 'Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Alright then, what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail? It could say, don't go to Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. No, that won't work either. Remember, causality converges. Kurisu's death is inevitable on the Beta world line, just as Mayuri's is inevitable on this world line. No matter what I do, fate will ensure her death. There's no way. I slowly sink to the floor with my back against the fence. I can't save her. I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. I cancelled Moika's email. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. Might there be a chance?
Oh, poor baby.
If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 7 and 8 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely. I understand from all my experiences so far. But still, I can't help but cling to that hope. Mayuri and Kurisu. If I can just save them both. Then I don't care if the future is ruled by CERN.
Oh.
I'll betray Suzuha's dream if that's what it takes. So please let Mayuri live. To whom should I make this desperate plea? God? Fate? The universe itself? Either way, I am just one insignificant human among billions. Will my prayers truly reach? I already know what the answer will be. And that knowledge, that certainty, is despair. Komima runs for 3 days straight, from the 15th to the 17th. On the last day, I go with Mayuri and stay with her from morning until Komima closes. It's not really my thing, though, and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side with Mayuri's bags. From time to time, Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone.
Who guarded her stuff before then if he wasn't with her?
And maybe she just was like, oh, I guess I can't buy things.
Oh.
To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. Sounds like padded feet. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, we
I heard it
have to
though.
watch it. It's so good.
I haven't even seen the first one, but I don't know. I like Shrek, but I never really got into Puss in Boots' character, so that's why I never bothered.
Yeah. The first one it's mediocre. It has a weird ending, but it's one of those ones where you don't have to watch it to completely understand what's going on in the second one. But yeah.
We're finally home. Mayuri, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Right? It's already dark by the time the bus drops us back at Akiba. Mayuri is dragging her costume case behind her. I'm carrying bags covered in moe artwork and loaded with dojinshi. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. Can't believe she bought so much. I guess the reason she doesn't cosplay herself is that she's too busy shopping. We get off the bus and just stand there for a while. And what are you going to do now? Head straight home?
Actually, I was thinking of going to the lab.
Need something?
Not really, but it's been a while since I got to relax with Okarin. little hungry, so I'll buy some juicy chicken #1 on the way.
And you're not going to destroy this one, are you, Okarin? Are you?
You should learn by now to leave the food alone.
Maybe my Yuri wants a taste of normalcy again, now that the chaos of Komima has ended. I can't begrudge her that. I stifle a groan and shrug my shoulders. Back to the lab, then.
Hey, Okarin, why did you come with Mayushi today? You've never come with me to Komima before. You're not interested in Moe, right?
I like robot anime. But not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Komima each year, like Daru and Mayuri do. Have you ever been to a convention?
Yeah, I went to the Fan Expo one with Pharaoh and Skinny, but other than that, no, I've always wanted to go to an anime one, but I always worry about all my money that I'm gonna be like, oh, I want that and I want that.
Artist Alley is a trap.
Yep. So, why did you come with me today?
Well, to confirm your death. Those words popped into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember?
Well,
I just felt like it.
oh,
Suddenly, silence. A downhearted frown replaces the usual smile on Mayuri's face. Did my answer upset her? But it's not like I could tell her the truth. How do you tell someone they're going to die? Lukaku. I frantically try to smooth things over. I thought maybe you'd manage to get Lukaku to cosplay, so I came to laugh at her. Too bad she didn't come.
yeah. Luka-kun would be super popular if she did come, though. People would take her picture and post it all over the internet, then everyone in the world would see how cute she is. That's the problem.
You're right.
And after she became a superstar, Mayushi would see her on TV and think, wow, she's gone so far.
It's scary because it's true.
Okarin?
Suddenly, Mayuri turns around and peeks at my face as she walks backwards.
Thank you for today.
Why are you thanking me?
Well, like I said, this is the first time Okarin's ever come to Komima with me. It made Mayushi really happy.
A smile finally returns to Mayuri's face.
But you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time.
Yeah, I'll think about it. That's right. Don't think negative thoughts. Think about a fun, bright future.
Really? You'll cosplay for me?
Only if you cosplay too. Lukaku too, and Christina, of course. Convince them to cosplay first. If you manage that, then I, the great and insane Mad Sanchez, Hyoin Kyoma, will grace Komima with my August presence.
Okay.
The next Komima takes place this winter. We'll all be there, as if none of this ever happened.
Oh man, I hope so.
All of us, laughing and smiling together. Just imagine a future like that.
Wow, that's gonna be tough. But it sounds really fun, too. Besides, I think Chris-chan secretly wants to cosplay. So, there's hope. Mayushi's gonna do her best.
We arrive at the lab. I look up at the second floor, but there is no light in the window. Oddly enough, there's nobody here today. I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Is Moeka going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Moeka and Tenoji. But that has already been undone. This is a new world line. The Rounders are still alive, and they're still after the time leap machine. Wait here, Mayuri. I motion for her to sit and wait on the bench in front. Then I carefully check the area. I know my efforts are likely futile. But still, I want to do anything I can. Anything to give Mayuri a chance, however small, of surviving on this world line. Something tells me it would be foolish to go straight up to the lab. So first, I decide to check the street for any suspicious people. I walk down the street towards Huramaebashidori, careful to always keep Mayuri in sight.
Oh no.
Suddenly, a white station wagon parked at the end of the street fires its engines and takes off in our direction. Ooh. I can see clearly through the front window. The man in the driver's seat is unfamiliar. But I have seen that station wagon before. It's the same one Moeka used to run us over in a previous world line. It's the same one Tenoji used to transport the IBN 5100. And now it's bearing down on me at full speed. I'm in the center of the road. There's nowhere to run.
Oh no.
The station wagon flips on its high beams, instantly turning my vision white. I can't move. It's all happening too fast. I expected an ambush inside the lab. Instead, I'm facing a charging car. What do I do? I'm fine. I won't die. This world line hasn't approved that fate. No, wait, what day is it? This is the first time I've made it to the 17th. Does that mean my death is still undecided? Will I die in Mayuri's place? That will save her. If that will end this, then maybe it's for the best.
Oof.
No, I don't want to die yet. Two contradictory emotions collide in my head. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Will I be the one to die?
No, I don't think so. Oh, Okarin!
Something slams into my back.
Oh,
It's okay, she just got isekai'd.
yeah.
I open my eyes. I'm lying on the side of the road. My whole body hurts. I don't appear to be seriously injured. Someone saved me. I look up to see the station wagon's taillights disappearing around the corner. And there, lying in the center of the road, is Mayuri. Mayuri! I run to her side. Mayuri is bleeding from the head. The pavement is slick with blood. Did she protect me? But that's not what I wanted! I lift her body up in my arms. Her eyes twitch and slowly open.
Oh, Cuddy.
Mayuri, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Her hand wanders as if seeking something. It reaches for the starry sky. Her eyelids are heavy. They could close any second now. But still, she looks straight into my eyes. And for some reason, she smiles.
Finally, I wish she was useful to Okarin.
Oh, don't say that. You're gonna make me cry. Stop.
What? What? Stardust handshake. Her delicate fingers grasp at the sky. But all they find is empty air. Her arm goes limp. I grab her hand before it hits the ground. Mayuri is no longer breathing. I've seen her die countless times, but this time, it's too much.
Yeah, that one hurt more than usual. I don't like that.
This time, it's all my fault. I embrace Mayuri's tattered body, her lifeless, motionless, tattered body. I clench my jaw and bite back my tears. Mayuri, you can't see the stars from here. How could this happen? Why did she have to die like this? Possible meaning could this death have? Yes, it happened because fate demanded it. Yes, her death is unavoidable, the result upon which this world line converges. I knew from the beginning that this would happen, but I never imagined that she would die saving me, and with a smile on her face. What do you mean you are finally useful? Tell me, Mayuri. There's no future for Mayuri on this world line. And that brings me once again to the choice. Do I return to the Beta world line, killing Kurisu? Or do I leave things as they are and accept Mayuri's death? I can't run away. I am the one who twisted fate. I am the one who must decide. The sky is blue.
Where are you now? Where are you? You haven't been to the lab in 2 days. Are you still in Akihabara? We're worried, you know? You were acting strange yesterday. I want to help. So tell me where you are. I don't feel right now. I don't feel right not having you. I was like, that seems weird. I don't feel right not having you around. Where are you? I want to see you.
Let me be alone. I need to think.
Aw.
And that should be the last flag for the true ending.
Wow.
I'm on the roof of Radikan, after going back 56 hours with 2 time leaps. I lean against the wire fence and stretch out my legs as I look at the sky. I wanted more time to think. That's why I came back. Last time I spent 2 days refusing to face reality. But that is no longer an option, now that I've confirmed Mayuri's death. This time I need to reach a decision. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. From a purely utilitarian viewpoint, I should choose the Beta world line, where CERN never creates a dystopia. But it's not that simple. Not for me. There must be some other way. According to Suzuha, 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. I think the divergence had already commenced by the time I sent the D-mail reporting Kurisu's death. So when did divergence begin? I can't say for sure, but I think it was the moment we completed the phone wave name subject to change. That was around the middle of July. Dado and I deemed it a failure right after completion. By the time Kurisu was killed, there was already a huge divergence at the attractor field level. Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day when I sent the D-mail that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. That feels so long ago. But now I can finally explain it. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World Line. On the Beta World Line, where this all began, Suzuha didn't arrive in her time machine. Dr. Nakabachi's conference went ahead as planned, when the flow of tourists and shoppers through Akiba was unimpeded. But when I sent the D-mail, events changed on a huge scale, from my perspective at least. On the current world line, Suzuha crashed her time machine into the roof of Radikan. Nakabashi's presentation was cancelled, and this part of Akiba was closed to traffic. Because I was out on the street when the world line changed, it appeared to me as if thousands of people suddenly vanished. The truth is that they were never there to begin with. Like a magician's trick, it's so obvious once you understand how it works. The real problem is the timing of the D-mail.
Yes. Explain.
I moved to the Alpha World Line after Kurisu died. If I had sent the D-mail before she died, then I might have been able to intervene, even now on this world line. But no, that would defy causality. I sent that D-mail because I saw Kurisu's body. That's the way it has to be. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. It definitely wasn't suicide. What if I identify the murderer and send them a D-mail warning them off? Would that prevent her death? I mean, no one has tried to kill her on this world line, have they? Maybe there's a chance. However, to send that D-mail, I would first have to move to the Beta world line. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. I've already seen Mayuri die countless times. Everything I tried to prevent it failed. I understand all too well. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. I can't save Kurisu.
There you are.
I thought I was alone, but it seems that I was wrong. I turn around to see Kurisu standing in the open door.
I still find it scary that people are just able to get in there.
Right?
And it's so dangerous. Like you see the cracks in the cement, so it's like, what if the whole thing just collapses?
Mm-hmm. I avert my eyes. I can't look her in the face. Not now.
What are you doing here?
Nothing. How did you know I was here?
You said you wanted to be alone. I ran the numbers and concluded that I had the greatest probability of finding you here. Nerd.
Colonel Locker. Then leave me alone. You don't have to look for me. I'm not a lost little boy.
Hey, is that how you treat someone who's worried about you? Not that I'm worried about you.
Right after she gets herself flustered, Kurisu sighs and puts on a serious expression.
I was going to leave you alone at first. But you've been acting weird the last couple days. I mean, you're always weird, but more than usual. You look like a kid forced to eat crappy oatmeal. What happened?
Nothing.
Then why did you cancel the cracking of CERN?
You're the one who said we shouldn't.
Oh, so you're afraid of triggering arrest flags. I get it.
You should praise me for obeying the law for a change.
That's not like you at all. What happened to your ego? What happened to the insane mad scientist Hyoin Kyo?
To hell with my ego. This time it's not that simple. I have forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save my Yuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare. I have to choose which friend to let die. It would be so much easier if I knew what was right.
Which friend to let die? What are you talking about?
I'm just a student, Christina, you know? The insane mad scientist Hyoin Kyoma. That's just a fantasy. A character I made up. I bet you had no idea.
Is he for real? Bro, come on. I may have figured that out when we first met.
When we first met. What if I hadn't found Kurisu's body back then? Let's try imagining that situation. If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come to the lab. Ultimately, we would never have built the time leap machine, leaving me without the means to save Mayuri. And of course, Kurisu would not have become our friend. We would not be as close as we are now.
Tell me, Okabe, what do you mean?
I can't meet her questioning gaze. Do I have to tell you?
You've never hesitated to ask me for help before. Don't hold back now.
That's not what this is about. Then prepare yourself. What I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. And it could be your death sentence.
Huh?
Kurisu's voice cracks a little. Remember what I told you before? When we delete the D-mail from CERN's database, we'll reach the beta world line where Mayuri doesn't die.
And where CERN doesn't take over the world. Right. Everyone lives, everyone is free. You made it sound perfect.
Perfect. It's anything but. I showed you the first D-mail, didn't I? The one that started it all. On the beta world line, the events described in that D-mail actually happened. Kurisu is a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. Kurisu, on the beta world line. You die on July 28th. And according to the attractor field model, nothing can prevent that from happening. If I want to save Mayuri, I have no choice. To let you die. Kurisu says nothing. What expression is she making now? I reluctantly sneak a look at her face. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting.
Oh no, I just got hit by emotions.
Yeah. Kurisu is always like this. Always calm, no matter what. It's hard to believe she's younger than me. Her soft chestnut hair blows in the wind. She lifts a hand to hold it down.
Hey, Okabe. How credible do you find this attractor field model?
Credible?
It's all second-hand info from John Titor, from Amane-san, isn't it? I get that it's the accepted model in 2036. But how exactly did scientists prove the existence of attractor fields?
Are you trying to say the model may be wrong? But I know for certain that convergence exists. I've experienced it firsthand.
Even if they're right about convergence, what about the relationship between world lines?
The moment I change world lines, everything is reconstructed. Past, present, and future.
But that's just from your perspective, Okabe. Once you go to the beta world line, the me that your brain perceives will die. In other words, your perspective will have chosen the world line where I die instead of the one where I don't. However, why can't the world your brain perceives be different from the world my brain perceives?
Brains. I forgot her specialty was neuroscience. So you're saying world lines are independent?
Like trains, maybe.
Brains?
Let me give you an easy example.
Huisu takes out her phone and starts fiddling with it.
If I want to take the train from Akiba to Yokohama, what route should I use?
I didn't know you were a rail fan.
Railfan, short for railroad fanatic, an otaku with an interest in trains. I've actually read a few manga about that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just an example, jeez. You choose to take the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station, then transfer to the Tokaido main line for the rest of your trip.
Huisu keeps talking as she looks at her phone, apparently reading off an itinerary.
But I take the Yamanote line to Osaki, then transfer to the Shonen Shinjuku line. Another person, say Hashira-san, might decide to take the Kaihin Tohoku line for some reason. And Mayuri might ride the Shinkansen from Tokyo. You and I ride the same train until Tokyo Station, but from there we ride different lines while still aiming for the same destination.
And that applies to the universe. You're claiming the existence of parallel worlds.
I like to use my imagination too sometimes. But where's the proof that there's only one world?
Suzu has said so. And then there's reading Steiner.
In other words, an unknown time traveler and your unexplainable superpower.
But we knew Suzuha.
There's no way to prove that she was Hashida's daughter, or anything she said about 2036 either. Not without going there ourselves. And if reading Steiner is what you say, then it means that your subjective experience influences the memories of every single human being. That's completely absurd, Okabe. If it's true, then you're literally a god. But there are no gods in reality. The world doesn't revolve around you.
I'm the protagonist!
It's just your brain making you believe that it does. If that makes you this world's god, then I must be a god too. My brain is just as big as yours.
Perhaps
Probably
even
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
Let's say you choose the world line where I die. That doesn't mean I have to do the same. The fact that I am standing here right now, observing the world with my own subjectivity. I already exist on a world line where I don't die. Even if your perspective shifts to the beta world line, my perspective might remain here. It's a question of where the soul lies, and I won't let you have your way with my soul.
Oh, why'd you have to say it that way?
No true scientist would accept a hypothesis that flimsy.
But there's a chance I'm right. So you have nothing to worry about.
Wow, she came up with all that to try to reassure him, but it's kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
Hopeful, wishful thinking.
Kurisu smiles. How can she smile? I just told her that she's going to die.
The problem is that you don't want to let me die, right? But if my hypothesis is correct, I'll still be alive on another possible world line. So there's no reason to be afraid.
It's just a hypothesis.
The same is true of attractor fields. It hasn't been proven. Even if someone did prove it by 2036, that doesn't help us here in the present. In other words, anything is possible.
Kurisu turns her back to me after finishing. It's an armchair theory. A daring armchair theory that could, quite possibly, render meaningless everything I've done up to now. How can Kurisu stay so calm? She's just an 18-year-old girl.
You really don't have to worry about me, Okabe. It would just hurt my pride if you did.
Don't say it like that.
The timing.
Hello? Mayuri?
Yeah.
Displayed on the screen is Mayuri's face, devoid of its usual brightness for some reason. What's wrong?
I heard from Darukun that Okarin's been acting kinda strange. Mayushi was so preoccupied with Komima, she didn't really notice. Even though she usually notices right away when Okarin's not happy. I'm sorry, Okarin.
Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong.
Did something happen? Okarin?
I can't tell her. I can't. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be. There's nothing wrong.
Oh. You used to talk to Mayushi about a lot of things, remember? Like, the organization's 4 leaders. Their names are Back Turkish, Virginian Burp, Balloon Drag Queen, and Wide Eye Gore, right? What the fuck was this?
Those are some Death Note names.
Right? I mean, the balloon drag queen one, like, what the hell? Oh, wow.
Black tortoise, vermilion bird, blue dragon, and white tiger. She was
Wow.
close. It's fine.
Oh.
Balloon drag queen.
Yeah, that. You know, it was really fun talking to Okarin about stuff like that. But now... Okarin, if Mayushi's a burden, just say so, okay?
What? I never!
I'm hanging up now. If you feel like talking to Mayushi about anything, just call, okay? Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I haven't heard that in forever.
She hung up on me.
What did Mayuri say?
How are you a burden? Don't say things like that, damn it! Why is she only serious at times like this?
A burden, huh?
I've never felt Mayuri was a burden. Not once.
Then you should tell her that.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. She never looks like she's thinking anything, and yet she saw my doubt. Either way, I can't tell her the truth.
Okabe.
Kurisu sighs and glares at me.
The old you wouldn't have worried about anything. Anyway, you should go see Mayuri. I'm sure she has a lot to say.
She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. I'll postpone my decision and go see Mayuri. It's afternoon on the first day of Komima, and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. Of course, the industry booths and cosplay area are still booked, but at least I don't have to wait in line to get in. I've been trying to get in touch with Mayuri for a while now, but she hasn't responded. I checked with Daru, but he hasn't seen her today either. Cosplay ends at 4 p.m. I focus on searching the cosplay area until then, but I still can't find her. Maybe she finished early and went home. I tried calling her home. No luck. They haven't seen her since she left this morning. Where is she? I'm always afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off of her. It's been like that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've been so close for so long, I saw Mayuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. Maybe that has made me overprotective. But I don't care how other people see us. I just can't leave Mayuri alone. I step into the cemetery. The final resting place of Mayuri's beloved grandmother. When was the last time I came here? For about a year after Mayuri became my hostage, I'd periodically accompany her here. But I don't think I've been here since I entered high school, so it's been about 3 or 4 years. As I get closer to Mayuri's grandmother's grave, I begin to hear a voice. It's Mayuri. I'd recognize her voice anywhere. It sounds like she's talking to someone. I approach quietly.
Hey, Granny.
Mayuri is standing there, talking to the grave. What a relief. She hasn't disappeared. I decide to watch silently from a short distance away.
I've been having scary dreams lately.
For a second, I wonder if she's learned to commune with the dead. No, she's just talking to herself.
In my dreams, bad things keep happening to me.
Oh no. Oh no. She's remembering.
Like someone shoots me, or a car hits me, or I get run over by a train.
Oof.
What? Don't tell me.
It's so real. It hurts so much, and I feel so sad. And I try to call for help, but nothing comes out. Why do you think I'm having these dreams?
Does she remember her deaths? All of them? Is she inheriting memories like I do?
And you know, they always end the same way. Mayushi's crying, and Okarin comes to save me. Mayushi tries to say thank you, Okarin, but Okarin can't hear my voice. He holds Mayushi and makes a very sad face like he's going to cry. But he never does, you know? I can tell he's forcing himself not to cry.
Come to think of it. Both Ferris and Lukaku remember their memories from before the past changed. I used to think that memories couldn't be shared between world lines. I used to think that I was the exception with reading Steiner. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe everyone has the same power, and the only difference is how strong it is. Maybe reading Steiner is nothing special after all.
That makes Mayushi even more sad. I tried to say sorry, sorry, but he still can't hear. And that's when I wake up. Why am I having these dreams?
I've failed so many times to save her. I've watched her die again and again. Everything I've done has been to prevent that from happening. And yet, have the memories of those deaths been tormenting her as she sleeps? I bite my lip in frustration. I still have a terrible decision to make. Do I save Mayuri, or do I save Kurisu? There's no perfect ending here. I can't save them both. It's one or the other. If I choose Kurisu, then Mayuri's dreams will become reality. I don't want Mayuri to feel any pain. Until now, I've thought only of saving her. That is my goal. But at the same time, I can't let Kurisu die. Again, my thoughts hit the same dead end. Mayuri hasn't noticed me yet. She's still staring at the sky, just as she was on the day I took her hostage. She's talking to her grandmother in heaven.
Oh, right. We have a lot more lab mems now, you know? There's Chris-chan, Moeka-san, Luka-kun, and Feris-chan. There's also Suzu-san, but she moved away. That makes 8 of us. It's really amazing.
On this world line, they all became lab mems. However, not a single one of them has sent a D-mail.
You know, it was just Okarin and Mayushi at first. Back then, Okarin seemed kind of bored most of the time. But now he's having so much fun.
Is that how she sees it? Well, she's not wrong. She really does know me, doesn't she?
And that makes Mayushi happy too. It's so busy, but it's really exciting. Especially now that Chris-chan is here. She's really smart, you know. She got a paper published in a famous magazine. Mayushi really admires her. She even made a time machine. Oh, but can't forget Okarin and Darukun helped too.
Then Mayuri falls silent. Her gaze becomes distant. She stands still and looks up to the sky. What could she be thinking?
But you know, sometimes I remember. Back when it was just the 2 of us. When Mayushi had only just become Okarin's hostage. I'd go to the lab after school, but Okarin wouldn't be there, so I'd tidy up the room and decorate it with cute things. Then Okarin would finally show up a little later. Mayushi would say, "Welcome back," but instead of saying, "I'm back," Okarin would say, "Good work," like a big boss or something. Every day we'd spend a few hours just hanging out, doing nothing, and then we'd go home together. We didn't talk much, but it wasn't bad. We were just there, together, you know? We'd sit next to each other on the sofa. Okarin would work on his big plans, and Mayushi would read manga or play games. And sometimes we'd have a snack together. It was so nice and relaxing. I never wanted to leave. I'd start feeling like a real hostage, and I'd laugh to myself. Then Okarin would turn to me and say,
I remember. It was 4 months ago, still spring. The lab wasn't as lively as it is now. It was an isolated bubble of slow-moving time. Did something good happen?
Yep. Well, not really, but kinda.
Ah, it must have been an illusion. We could be under attack from an illusion conductor, one of the organization's feared agents.
Oh, gotta be careful then. But I'm sure that Mr. Illusion Kid Hugger.
Conductor, not kid hugger.
That'd be funny. A bad guy who's running around hugging kids.
Always
Kind
makes.
of creepy still.
I choose to interpret it in the well-meaning way. Like
Right.
there's because of their villains and they cause some destruction, something's about to fall on some kids, but they save the kids and just leave the adults to die.
Wow.
I'm sure he's not a bad guy.
And with that, we will leave this episode off right here. Thank you all so much for joining us, and as always, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Doodaloo.
Bye bye.